What shocking events happened in this empty lot right here 41 years ago? Check out this episode of Exploring History, starting right now. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video of Exploring History here on the Vochek Experience, where idiots are still always us. Always me. Always. Today we're coming to you from my hometown, where I currently live, Gallitzin, Pennsylvania, to give you a little bit more of some Gallitzin history here. This is something that I've known about for a long time now, and most of my family knows about this because most of my family grew up in Gallitzin, so I was kind of thinking, should I do this video? Should I not do this video? But you know what? I'm gonna do this video. So some of you guys watching this that live in Gallitzin, I'm pretty sure you've heard the story and know about it. Those of you who don't live in Gallitzin, I'm sure probably never heard of it. And maybe even some of you guys that are from Gallitzin watching this, maybe you still didn't hear about it. So let's get into this. So in this video, we're talking about a lady who lived here in Gallitzin a long time ago. Like I said, it's been 41 years since the time of her passing, and we're talking about a person named Stella Williamson. Now, I know some stuff about it, but I also took some notes, so if you see me glancing down, it's just got my iPad here to make sure I'm giving you the right information that I got from my research and the notes that I took. And also, in the description of this video, I will put links to where I found this information at. So if you want to go and look this up yourself and research it maybe a little bit more than me, you can go right on ahead. But like I said, let's get into this. Stella Williamson was born on January 22nd, 1904, and was a lifelong resident of the tiny little Pennsylvania town called Gallitzin, where I'm at now, where I live, my hometown. Where I mostly grew up at, so yay, Gallitzin. She lived at 310 4th Street, which is pretty much where I'm standing. Right now it's pretty much an empty lot. The house has been torn down for years. But anyway, during her 76 years of life, she never married, and she lived alone and was pretty much, you know, a recluse for the most part. Although that she was more or less a recluse, she did attend church on a pretty regular basis, which I thought this was interesting, that this is what I never knew until I did some of this research. She went to the Gallitzin United Methodist Church. That's the same church my family goes to. It's the same church I go to. It's the same church that I, you know, help film videos for Sunday services. So yeah, that was kind of a little shock and surprise when I found that out, that I actually attend the church that she used to attend to. But anyways, getting a little off track there. The parishioners of the church at the time knew nothing of her past and little to nothing about what was going on in the present with her life. But many do remember her as being domineering, quick to anger, unkind. Sorry about the background noise, but this is a road here too, and there's cars going by, so I apologize. She would spend most of her time at a window on her enclosed front porch, you know, yelling and saying some nasty things to you know, people passing by. So of course, if she was here right now and saw me standing out in front of where her house was, she'd probably be yelling at me too. But, however, she was hiding a secret that nobody knew about. And that secret did not come about until after her death on August 25th, 1980. So following her funeral, one of her acquaintances went to her house, you know, to go through her things, to, you know, go through, see what they can save, not save. You know what you do whenever somebody, you know, passes. You go through their things and, you know, and you see if anybody wants anything, you know, sentimental stuff, you know, all that stuff. And while he was there, he found this strange envelope that was marked saying, "Do not open until the event of my death." So that would like pique anybody's interest right there. And of course, like you do, you open it and find out exactly what, you know, what's inside and why, you know, it had marked on there, do not open until my death. So now when he opened the envelope and took out the letter, the date on the letter was 1960. So it was written like 20 years before her death. But this letter contained something really, really shocking. This letter directed police to the location of an little, I shouldn't say little, but an antique old trunk in her attic. And so they went up, looked in this trunk, and found, wrapped in old newspapers, the bodies of 5 children. The newspaper wrappings span the decade of 1923 to 1933. So that gives you roughly a timeline of when all this happened. But that's really, really shocking, you know, to go open up this trunk in the attic and finding 5 dead babies. That's enough to disturb anybody. And according to the Cambria County coroner at the time, 4 of the 5 were pretty much newborns. Like they were killed pretty much right after birth, or at least not too long after birth. But the 5th one was actually dated to be about 8 to 9 months of age before the child died. And no, these children were not stillborn or anything like that. They were actually killed. I didn't put it in the notes, but I'm pretty sure that the articles that I got this from said that most of them were strangled. So yeah, pretty disturbing, pretty shocking, and nobody knew about this until, you know, till this incident. It was presumed that she had the children out of wedlock. And so, you know, to protect her reputation and everything, especially back then, that day and age, you know, that was pretty much frowned upon. But the fact that she, you know, killed them and then kept them in the attic, that's a whole other level right there. When the news of this was revealed, it caused a big shock to the residents of Gallitzin, as I would think it should. And especially to those who knew her personally, because they had no idea that she was pregnant, no idea that she had given birth, none of that. And of course, this caused speculation and some curiosity about who the father of these children were. In the letter, Stella apparently named a person, you know, that we believe is or was the father of these children, but the police never really released that information, just because. And of course, by the time that she passed, the person of interest was also, you know, gone mentally, I guess. He didn't know what was going on. So, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. That this town's got some pretty interesting history, especially when it comes to Stella Williamson. But yeah, she was, her funeral, and she was buried on October 29th, 1980, and she is interred at the Richland Cemetery in Richland Township in Cambria County. You can see her gravestone. It's on Find a Grave. Like I said, all the links for that will be in the description below. So now, there were some things I didn't really touch upon in this video. However, my wife and I are thinking about starting a true crime channel, and we're thinking that this case may be our first episode once we do launch that, and we'll go into more depth in that. But for now, that's, you know, pretty much, you know, the meat and potatoes of the story. And I'm sure if you know somebody who knows about this story, ask them about this, and, you know, they'll tell you some stories that probably aren't written down and what you can't find in research. All right, I thought I'd change a little bit of location here to end this video on. Behind me is the Gallitzin United Methodist Church, where I currently go to church at, where my family has gone for years. Family members of mine got married in this church, Like I said, I even have a YouTube channel where I filmed the services for the church and everything. So yeah, I got some history with this church, and it was just shocking to me to find out that Stella Williamson also went to this church. And of course, my mother tells me that she used to sit in the back all the time, and that, you know, she knew her. Like she didn't like know her, but she knew who she was. She saw her all the time when she was growing up in the church and everything. So I just find that really fascinating. And so yeah, there you go. Some 41-year-old history about Gallitzin that you may or may not have known about. But if you didn't, you know now. And it's a fascinating story. It's sad to think about it, though, that, you know, somebody, you know, would do that, kill her babies and everything. But at that day and age, you're having kids out of wedlock, you were frowned upon. That was bad. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, I thought that I would come here to end the video here. So yeah, that's gonna about do it. If you enjoyed this video and you like what you heard, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. If you want to follow me, or I should say, if you want to support this channel of mine, check out Patreon. That link is down below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, that link is down below. TikTok, you can follow me there. On Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. And Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook. That link is down below. And if you're looking for some merch, I got some merch for you. Check out the merch store. That link is down below. And also, I don't talk about this nearly enough in my videos. If you would like to follow my wife, all her social media links are also down below in the description. And like I said, I will also include the links to where I got some of the information from, information on where Stella is buried and everything. So you can go check all that out for yourself. So that's gonna about do it for this episode of Exploring History. I hope you're all having a good day, a good week, a good month, a good summer. I hope you're all good, and I will see you all in the next video. Here comes another train, but I'll see you all later.